Hi guys, Jamie Pulaski here. Alright, so I've got most of the B-17 done. Very little left to do on it. Got all the new SATOs plumbed in and installed. Tipped my props with yellow. Painted my wood on the inside. Got my zippers in. Got the windows in. When I did the windows, I found that when I did the fiberglassing, it left enough fiberglass around the windows that all I had to do is trim out some balsa around the backside. And it did a perfect job of making an insert. So that worked out real well. As you know, I did my own nose art with Papaleo paper. Came out real nice, better than I could ever expected. Real happy about that because I did it myself. Got the SATOs put in, and all I have is straight pipes coming out. So the only thing that I have is this little bitty stub. It's got the thread on it, hard to see, and that's not a problem. There's my high speed adjustment, and then on the low adjustment, you can see the red coming out the side, and those are red golden rods that I've made so that all I have to do is slide the screwdriver in and it will go straight into the adjustment for the low speed idle. Wasn't tough to switch over to SATO. There was a couple issues, but nothing real big. I had to redo every one of the throttles. Still need to do something about the inside of the bombardier compartment. Probably going to get myself a chair and a bomb sight and probably a couple of panels. Got to put my antenna up here still. A couple of radar dots up on the top that are missing. Got to get my guns installed and get the wires put up to suspend those. Got my zipper put in. Got a couple of little screws to put on the upper and the lower to get the full scale effect of that. Also need to learn how to make this into stainless, which I'm going to start looking at tomorrow. I need to put some type of a smoked stainless on that versus aluminum in order to make that look a little bit more realistic. Outer nacelle looks real good. I like the way that the SATOs look, a whole lot better than the OS's. There's going to be an issue with oil coming out of the bottom, and I think I've got a solution to that where I'm going to be putting in some small tanks. Either that, or if I don't put in small tanks, I'm going to put in tubes that lead to the back side through the nacelles and then come down and exit approximately here and dump the oil. It'd have to be a large bore tube in order not to restrict the motors, but I think that'll probably work out better. I've left the opening for the SATOs wide open, so there's enough cooling going across. Magnetic on the superchargers, so they just snap back up in place. Right now I've got the wheels chalked. You can see that obviously I do not have down and locked gear. I have air gear, so in order to make sure that they don't go flying down, I've got a piece of balsa stuffed in there on both wheels to keep that from happening. As far as the insignias and I did all that myself. I thought about using stencils, get stencils, and I'll tell you, I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to see how difficult it was and how long it took. I think that in the future I may look at a different direction, but I had a lot of fun doing it this time. Got my windows put in, put little turrets on there. These unscrew for transport, so I can unscrew these. And then after I unscrew them, I can transport and I won't have to worry about ripping them off. You can see I'm loaded with 50 caliber ammunition already. And I'm ready to go. Now if you look on the inside, you can see a blue tube. One of the things that I did is I had carbon fiber tubes running for the elevators, and I decided that I wasn't happy with them being bare, so I put blue golden rods across my carbon fiber tubes and fixed that. As far as my riveting, gills, everything's pretty much dead on scale. I found that monocoat silver matched the aluminum number 80 from Class Coat pretty much perfectly. I still need to make a couple little slits in order to get rid of some bubbles, but that made the grill for that really nice. So I was happy with that. Used the RDS system on the ailerons. I'm going to activate here in a second and show you my flaps. I'm very happy with those. They're very, very sturdy. I think they're going to work really, really well. So coming around, everything looks real nice. Very, very scale. The Chadvich rivets are just absolutely outstanding. I think the plane would be totally different without them. I don't think it'd be the same plane. So very happy with that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Now, the OS sticker obviously is going to have to come off, and the Sato sticker is going to have to go on. So it shouldn't take too much. I went in and painted everything interior green on the inside. There's my valve for my landing gear. Someday I may switch over to down and lock, but for now, I've had a lot of good luck with my obsessive compulsive disease with pneumatic retract, so I'm not going to worry too much with that. So one of the things I did with both my fuel lines and my air lines is I siliconed them at every point where they could rub. So I don't have to worry about them rubbing and getting a hole and then not activating. I'm not going to say anything about that, Don, okay? So everything looks really sharp, really clean. All right, so I've already got my radio on. It's ready to fire up. First thing it's going to do is alarm that I got my throttle up too high. And for now, I've got everything wired, but I'm just kind of loose in here. What you'll see in here is you'll see my switch, my receiver, and then you'll see my air brakes sitting right there. So I'm going to go ahead and activate. Digital servo, so everything's going to whine a little bit. Alright, so all the servos for the throttles are hooked up. Don't know if you can see them or not. These come from below. Bombay. And then open. So very smooth, everything's equal, closes very nicely. Next, ailerons. Like I said, that's the RDS system. Elevator. Plenty of throw. A lot of expo in it. Like a nice smooth flight, so I've got a lot of expo. Rudder and tail wheel. Right now I've got it supported because I don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. So the other thing is you'll hear a nice firm snap whenever I put my top on. You can see all my magnets. I've got these indented so that they really hold on for airspeed. You see the one tank is for air brakes, the other one is for the retracts, and then I've got an air gauge on the one and then just a pop-up meter on the other. So putting the nose first, fits right in, and then I have to kind of hold it from snapping down so I don't break my magnets. But very firmly down. You have to grab hold of the back and pull it up in order to get it off there. So there she is. And one of the things I'm most proud about on this particular plane is flaps. And what you'll notice is that when you activate the flaps, first thing you'll see is that it comes out. Still coming out. So it goes out about 1.5 inches before there's ever deflection going down. And then you have your down deflection. So 1.5 inches out, then down. I made my strip using a very fine grit. I laid down some paint, sprinkled it on with the salt shaker, and then reapplied a grayish black paint over the top of it again. So she's almost ready. Very, very close. Once again, a lot of expo in there. So I can have fine movement at the very beginning, and then if I need it, plenty of elevator. Almost ready to go. All the motors have been started. They're broken in about halfway. And we were supposed to sequence them and have them all ready to go this weekend, and my engine guy Larry, he got sick, so we're on hold. We have plans on trying to do this next month, so until then we'll do a little bit more fine detailing of the plane and get her airborne hopefully soon. That's about it.